Brown was present at the bust, which occurred at 5:30 in the morning, but the outlet and Radar Online asserted they have obtained documentation naming the singer as in attendance. Zac Brown was in the coastal city to visit a charity auction, but has not released a statement regarding the allegations he was part of the Four Seasons incident. AC/DC announced this weekend that Axl Rose will sing with the heavy metal group during its upcoming European concert. AC/DC said in a statement Saturday, AC/DC band members would like to thank Brian Johnson for his contributions and dedication to the band throughout the years. We wish him all the best with his hearing issues and future ventures. As much as we wanted this tour to end as it started, we understand, respect, and support Brian's decision to stop touring and save his hearing. We are all dedicated to fulfilling the remainder of our touring commitments to everyone that has supported us over the years, and are fortunate that Axl Rose has kindly offered his support to help us fulfill this commitment. AC/DC will resume their Rock and Bust World Tour with Axl Rose joining on vocals. The European dates will kick off May 7th in Lisbon, Portugal, and they will run through June 12th in Aarhus, Denmark, as previously announced. Axl Rose will then go on tour with his reunited Guns N' Roses band this summer as planned. In a related story, when Guns N' Roses announced that its mostly original lineup would reunite this year to play Coachella and later a full tour, no one really knew what to expect. At Coachella on Saturday, the answer arrived. Singer Axl Rose can still deliver the goods, even while laid up with a broken foot that keeps him from prowling the stage, and together with guitarist Slash and bassist Duff McKagan, the hard rock band born on the Sunset Strip put to rest any doubts that Guns N' Roses can still cut it. Rose sang powerfully while McKagan anchored the beat, and Slash blazed through solos and riffs so special that the camera operator often zoomed in on his hands to better show the fans in the field before the main stage just how amazing his moves remain. The band played a generous 2.5-hour set that included all of its biggest hits, Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, November Rain, and Paradise City among them, but also played its well-known covers of Bob Dylan's Knockin' on Heaven's Door and Paul McCartney's Live and Let Die. And in a surprise certainly no one saw coming, AC/DC guitarist Angus Young popped up on stage to play a pair of his band's songs, a tip of the schoolboy uniform cap to the fact that Rose will take over the vocals for AC/DC later this summer. Then, after the dark runs of sets on Saturdays led up to GNR's shows, served up a good deal of fan-favorite performances, no matter what flavor of music one's favored. Rapper Ice Cube preceded Guns N' Roses on the main stage, managed to do what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame failed to do when it inducted his former group N.W.A. a week earlier, reunite at least part of N.W.A. on stage. After opening with a handful of his own songs, Cube brought out MC Ren and DJ Yellow. Only Dr. Dre of the surviving N.W.A. members was absent and delivered a trio of hip-hop groups hits, Straight Outta Compton, Dope Man, and Fuck the Police. The cherry, or maybe Bud on top, arrived later when Snoop Dogg showed up to do a pair of songs with Ice Cube to close the set. Continuing the theme of There Is No Theme on the main stage was the earlier set by Disclosure, the British Brothers and Electronic Act, whose set was packed with guest singers. Lorde popped out early in the night to do her collaboration with Disclosure, while Sam Smith showed up near the end to do a few songs, including Latch with the Disclosure Boys. The packed field for Disclosure seemed like the biggest crowd of the day until wandering next door to the outdoor stage where DJ Zed positively packed this place with a sea of dancing fans. He too brought in guests, including Al Black and a return surprise appearance by Kesha. Music superstar Prince, who has been battling the flu for weeks, was briefly hospitalized in Illinois. His representative told People magazine his private plane made an emergency landing Friday morning, and the Grammy Award winner was transported to a hospital in Moline, where he was treated and released 3 hours later. Prince is now recuperating at home. He was forced to reschedule 2 shows last week due to his illness, but felt well enough to perform in Atlanta Thursday night before relapsing. Prince announced in March he plans to publish his memoir, The Beautiful Ones, in 2017. Disney's latest incarnation of The Jungle Book is the #1 movie in North America, earning $103.6 million in receipts, Rentrack announced Sunday. The live-action CGI hybrid movie stars child actor Neil Sethi and features the vocal talents of Idris Elba, Lupita Nyong'o, Bill Murray, Scarlett Johansson, and Christopher Walken. Coming in at #2 for the weekend is Barbershop: The Next Cut with $20.2 million, followed by The Boss at #3 with $10.2 million, Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice at #4 with $9 million, million, and Zootopia at number 5 with $8.2 million. Rounding out the top tier are Criminal at number 6 with $5.9 million, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 at number 7 with $3.3 million, Miracles from Heaven at number 8 with $1.9 million, God's Not Dead 2 at number 9 with $1.7 million, and Eye in the Sky at number 10 with $1.6 million. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1956, American actress Grace Kelly marries Prince Rainier of Monaco in a spectacular ceremony. Kelly, the daughter of a former model and wealthy industrialist, began acting as a child. After high school, she attended the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York. While auditioning for Broadway plays, she supported herself by modeling and appearing in television commercials. In 1949, Kelly debuted on Broadway in The Father by August Strindberg. 2 years later, she landed her first Hollywood bit part in 14 Hours. Her big break came in 1952 when she starred as Gary Cooper's wife in High Noon. Her performance in The Country Girl as the long-suffering wife of an alcoholic songwriter played by Bing Crosby won her an Oscar in 1954. That same year, she played opposite Jimmy Stewart in Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window. While filming another Hitchcock movie, To Catch a Thief, in 1955 in the French Riviera, Kelly met Prince Rainier of Monaco. It wasn't love at first sight for Kelly, but the prince initiated a long correspondence which led to their marriage in 1956. Afterwards, she became Princess Grace of Monaco and retired from acting. She had 3 children and occasionally narrated documentaries. Kelly died tragically at the age of 52 when her car plunged off a mountain road by the Côte d'Azur in September 1982. Also on this date in 2012, Dick Clark, the TV personality and producer best known for hosting American Bandstand, an influential music and dance show that aired nationally from 1957 to 1989 and helped bring rock and roll into the mainstream in the late 50s, dies of a heart attack at the age of 82 in Santa Monica, California. The clean-cut, youthful-looking Clark, dubbed America's oldest teenager, also was the longtime host of the annual telecast New Year's Rockin' Eve and headed an entertainment empire that developed game shows, award shows, talk shows, made-for-TV movies, and other programs. Richard Wagstaff Clark was born November 30th, 1929, and raised in Mount Vernon, New York. His father was a salesman who later managed a radio station. Clark graduated from Syracuse University in 1951 and moved to Philadelphia the following year to work as a radio disc jockey. In 1956, he became the host of a local teen-oriented TV show called Bandstand, launched in 1952 after the original host was fired. In 1957, American Bandstand, as it was renamed, began airing nationwide. The program, which showcased ordinary teenagers dancing to records and musical acts introduced by Clark, quickly became a hit with millions of young viewers who tuned in for the latest music, fashions, and dance craze. Clark helped end the then standard practice of having white singers cover the songs of black artists on TV, and a number of African-American performers, including Chuck Berry and Chubby Checker, made their national TV debut on American Bandstand. In 1960, amid the show's success, Clark was testified before a congressional subcommittee investigation for the practice of payola, in which record companies bribed disc jockeys in order to get airplay for records. At the hearings, Clark testified to holding an ownership stake in more than 30 different record labels, distributors, and manufacturers, and featuring the acts from those labels on American Bandstand. He denied doing anything illegal and was never charged with the crime. However, prior to the hearings, ABC, which broadcast American Bandstand, directed Clark to divest himself of all his music-related businesses, a move said to cost him millions of dollars. American Bandstand originally aired every weekday afternoon before switching to a Saturdays-only schedule in late 1963. In 1964, the show relocated from Philadelphia to Los Angeles. In the ensuing years, as popular music changed, it continued to be a place for artists to launch or advance their careers. Among the multitudes of acts to appear on the program were the Beastie Boys, The Doors, Kiss, the Mamas and the Papas, Prince, Run DMC, Michael Jackson, and Madonna. Clark hosted American Bandstand until just months before it was canceled in late 1989. The show's final installments were hosted by David Hirsch. The musical impresario furthered his place in pop culture as the host and producer of Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, a TV special that debuted in 1974 and included musical performances and live coverage of the ball drop from New York City's Times Square. Clark helmed the telecast every year until December 31st, 2004, having suffered a stroke earlier that month. Though the stroke left him speech impaired, he returned to the Countdown special the following year with host Ryan Seacrest as co-host and continued to make annual appearances through 2011. In addition to being an on-air personality, Clark became a media titan with his eponymous production company formed in 1957. The company's long list of credits range from the $10,000 Pyramid to TV's bloopers and practical jokes to the American Music Awards and the Golden Globe Awards. Clark also remained involved in radio throughout his career, hosting several national shows and co-founding a radio network. After half a century in the entertainment business, the thrice-married Clark suffered a fatal heart attack on this date in 2012 following a surgical procedure at St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica, California. And that is your entertainment report for Monday, April 18th, 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.